All right, folks, I wanted to welcome my next guest. He's a super dope Southern California MC who has an amazing catalog that dates back to 2005. He's known for his super tough lyrics, his work as a street artist from back in the day as a member of the Life Seen Differently crew. I wanted to welcome back Project Blowed and Cloak MC, the original Gel Rock. Good to have you back,
Peace.
brother. How are you?
Peace, peace, peace. I'm good,
Yeah.
man. I can't complain, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, hey, thanks, man. And the reason why I wanted to welcome you back to the show was just as I got deeper in your catalog and I got into your Mass Element album that you released back in 2019. And man, that one to me, man, is another one of your just top pinnacle albums in your catalog, man. I really enjoyed that, so I really wanted to just take the time to talk to you about that project. 17 songs, August 2019. Tell me about the producer who put that album together for you.
Um, the homie Avatar produced that entire record. Rest in peace to Avatar. Man, an amazing talent. Avatar has been he's an MC. He was a producer. He played instruments. He was a musician, and overall, a very good brother and positive individual. I mean, there's a lot of people that you come across in life, um, and he was one of the good ones. He was he's very missed in our circle in the LA underground hip hop. He was always somebody that was thoughtful in how he engaged with you, but you always left with positive vibes. He was just a positive dude and a good brother.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. I wish I could say that I knew a lot of his music, and so I really started learning about him after he had passed and started doing just more of a deeper dive into his music. And so, man, the project is wild, man. 17 tracks, and you guys featured cats from Freestyle Fellowship, Project Blowed, of course, of Mexican descent, E times two, Shapeshifters. I mean, it was an all-star cast on that project. And then you alone, I mean, man, I didn't think you needed any of the features. You killed it alone already, but it just added to it. And so, how did that project come about? Did you guys just decide, hey, I'm gonna do a track, or did you guys plan from the beginning that I want to do an album with the Avatar?
Um, I am very big into doing records with one producer. I like to have cohesive albums, and I think that that's best executed by single producers. So if I start doing songs with a producer and I get one or two in, it's like I don't know how to not see it through. It's just
Yeah,
my vision. You know what I mean? I just
yeah,
you give me a seed and I'll create a universe, dude. So it started that way. I think he gave me. I remember he gave me a CD of beats at the time, and I was just like, I want this one, and really that record is a record that was, throughout my career in music, and even though you mentioned earlier 2005, that's when my first solo record dropped. But of course, I have crews, and I've been doing music since the '90s.
yep,
Since mid '95 probably, and
yep.
before that, but first documented in '95 on tapes. But anyways, um, being from LA and Southern California, there's so many talented rappers, and there's blowed heads, and everyone that's under that umbrella, Acid Rain, and you
Yep.
know Mass Men, Freestyle Fellowship, all these people you just named, the Shapeshifters, um, even outside of the blowed circle, man. Like I'm a connector because like I'm active.
Yeah.
So, I don't like to be the dude. Like everybody, we'd be at shows like, oh, we got to do a song. We got to do a song. Yo, we got to do a song. We got to do a song. I'm not the guy that is a talker. I'm a doer. So this record was the collab record, a compilation for me.
Damn.
That was like, okay, I want one producer to do an entire album. Um, it's not only did I have everybody from E times two on this album, Endangered Elements, but I'm
Yeah.
also from Mass Men, and then you have all of these people that I brought together. So there's Mass Elements. You know what I mean?
And that was crazy too. And I forgot to mention Meg Abusive is on there too, who murders his verse too as well, man.
Yeah.
But no, it's great. I actually like that concept too, man. It took me, I think, a while to understand that it's probably better to do an album with one producer so the sound is sonically cohesive. So I agree with you, man. I think when I was younger, I was just, pulling from everywhere. But as I got older, I agree with you, man. There's just something about it, man. The sound is just more fluid.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And so, and 17 tracks too, man. It's like, holy shit, man. I already told you that you're a prolific MC and you can knock them out and still, yeah, and you just write top quality rhymes. But 17 tracks, what made you guys decide to do that? Cats don't normally do 17 tracks. It's normally 10, 12, but yeah.
Yeah. Just because, again, it was just, there's just so many dope, talented MCs in Southern
Yeah.
California, and it was just a mass. An accumulation of collaborations that were overdue. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it was like I needed one with, so kind of how it broke out was like, okay, I need to get Acid Rain on a song.
Yeah.
So I got Acid Rain and Nayla, and so they
Yep.
were closely affiliated, all the time in the past.
Yep.
And we always did these collabs, posse cuts back in the day. But I wanted everybody on one album. This compilation was, I wasn't on Beneath the Surface, and I told Avatar, I'm like, dude, your beats are amazing. We're
Yeah.
gonna make our own Beneath the Surface.
I love it.
So this was me like fucking taking shit back in my control. I should have been on that record.
Yeah.
I was around, and like the most I was close to that record was AWOL had a B-side on Little Piece of Heaven, and I was in the studio when he recorded it, and he gave me a shout. So I was like, you know what I mean? And so Mass Elements.
Yes.
I actually wanted to dig up this record. This was my personal copy. I wanted to show you the record. I took it out of the plastic because I know I'm getting it repressed. So now I could do that.
Woo!
It's got a smoke color to it.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Super dope record. Anyhow, man, I knew I wanted to get a song with the Shapeshifters on because those are all my guys. So not only do I have the Shapeshifters, I mean, it doesn't have every single member because that's nearly impossible, because there's so many of them. But it has everybody and Henry Osborne.
Yeah. Hey, before I ask you about the features, man, did you take creative control of putting the packaging together, or was that a joint decision between you and the Avatar?
No, I got control issues. That's just me. I got control issues. When it comes to the track listing of any album or art, I'm pretty much like, the main person in control, with the exception of like the Cloaks. It's been like half and half with me and AWOL, because AWOL's got great direction and we are close, so on the same page that it's like sometimes he probably forgets what I did and I forget what he did. We're so closely connected. But yeah, that one was me, and the artist was Toozer from CBS.
That
amazing art.
So dope.
Have you ever really dialed into the track listings and the explanation he offers between the track listings?
No, so I don't think it's like that on. Is it like that on the CD? I don't think so.
It is.
It is. I have to look. Okay.
But it's probably harder to see because the text and CD version. But
yeah,
like basically, it's like you have the cover, this was a hand drawn cover.
Jesus.
But then he breaks down every element and what it means.
Oh, that's super cool.
And he associates it with like songs and stuff. So it's like insane if you really look at that record.
Yeah. So what I was really looking at was the front cover, right? And so that's my tendency. And so the skull with the clock on the right side, and then the turntable, the turntable surface on the left. I thought it was just really cool. I didn't realize it was hand drawn though. So that's pretty amazing.
I've seen it from like a drawing on a napkin.
Damn.
But like, dude, he breaks down every single thing on that cover. On the back of this, it's like he calls it the black cube of Saturn, the occult symbol worshipped by the highest echelons of finance, business, media, etc., thought to promote global domination. And then he calls out the stop-start button, which is right there in the middle of the skull. The third eye. He said, located the stop button, located where the third eye resides, symbolizes acts of denial in the face of adversity.
Damn, I got to go back and look at that. I missed that on the back cover. That's super dope.
Dude, even in the nose of the skull, it's the if you look at the nose in the shadow, it's the plague doctor.
Oh
And
shit.
he breaks that down. It's like he has the schematics and it literally breaks down all of the detail of that art.
Is he from LA too, or
Yeah.
he is? Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
got to check out his stuff. That's super awesome. Yeah,
Amazing.
I really enjoyed the cover, and I like the smoke touch to the vinyl. That is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the splatter when they do splatter art on it too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Or some off color, but it's more expensive if you go if you
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
so hey, well, with that, hey man, you listed a cast of amazing folks that featured on it, and I love them all, man. But how long did that take to put everything together, man? That was 17 songs, and so was this a 2 year project, or did you get that done?
It was it I don't remember it being that long, to be honest. It might have been 2 years in totality with 5 months of pressing the record.
Yeah,
But it
all
didn't
right.
it it meaning, yeah, the artwork, all of that stuff. But to record it didn't take long because just like right now, and like you and I talked the other day about like my recording process. Like I record so much that like
Yeah,
I plant the seeds. So oh, like if I'm doing a song with Acid Rain or whoever else on that record, unless we're in the room together, I'm gonna give you a song and be like, here's the topic, here's the verse, do this XYZ, blah 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 blah. And so about half of it, if not a little bit more of it, was recorded in person, because a lot of those people were around. So and then a few others were like some of the people were remote or whatever
yeah,
the case may have been.
yeah.
But it didn't take that long, maybe 2 years, maybe total, maybe with manufacturing time and everything.
Yeah, it seems like as you're working on it, that it'll never get done, and then it gets done, and then you have this amazing piece of work in front of you, and just
Yeah.
yeah. And so I felt like that was a major accomplishment. And did you construct any of the beats, or did you advise the Avatar with any of the production of the beats, or were they already, hey, I'm gonna produce these for Gel Rock, or were you part of that process at all?
uh not much, because he's so good as a producer.
Yes.
I mean, if anything, I there might be certain samples I'd be like, turn this one up,
Yep.
um, or I love this sample. Or sometimes I'll listen to beats and I'll be like, dude, this section here has to be the chorus.
Okay.
This is the chorus. But like, so from an arrangement standpoint, I might have had a little bit of input, but for the most part, Avatar is so good at what he does. He's an amazing producer, and his beats were so big,
Oh
very
man.
big.
Yeah, hey, and so as I went through the album, I picked out a couple songs that I just wanted to talk to you about as we go into the album. But the first song I picked was the No Sunshine's album with Abstract Rude and Eli Cole. Oh man, your double flow time was super sick, man. And yeah, it's always challenging, at least for me, to pick the first song of the album. And was that the same? Is that the same for you in this case when you're picking out the track listing? Is the first song, does it always have to be one that punches hard?
I think so. I
Yeah, heck yeah, out the
and
door.
yeah, exactly. It's like we talked about, like, I'm big into sports. I love basketball. I love and so when they say like um the team came out and they punched him in the mouth and like they just jumped on him. You know what I'm saying? That's that's how I like the song to be. I like it to be I like it to anchor the project and bring the listener in. Like,
Yeah,
oh shit, like I got to pay attention here. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So yeah, that's
yeah.
always my frame of thought.
And that's funny that you mentioned that because that was it, man. Because I was like, God damn, double time flow is sick, and then your wordplay was ridiculous, man. And when I prepare for these interviews, I love quoting lyrics back to the MC, and so I'm gonna do that for this song. You say, "Are you ready to embark? Ready to set start? We ride in the dark and we strike in the heart to incite the spark inside of you marks the bite like sharks. In spite of the art, I'm as sharp as a dart, harder and smart, avant-garde on the court. Oh my God, oligarch, I'm aligned with the stars." Making my mark. I was like, God damn, bro. That
I,
shit was like that.
I've never even heard that recited like that. It's pretty sick the way you said it. I was like, damn,
Dude.
dude. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm on a song with LA Cool, Rifleman LA Cool, and Abstract Rude, two heavyweights, two good
Yeah.
lifer OGs, two Project Blow crew members, mass men. Um, and I'm starting the song off,
Yeah, I
and
know.
I'm starting the album off. I
I
mean,
know.
you don't fuck around right there.
No.
You better bring your shit. You better, you know what I mean? You better bring it.
That's what I thought, man. So after, so I was trying to like, I usually try to prepare for the interview where I do it like in an hour sitting. But after I actually like studied the lyrics, man, I stopped and I was like, man, I gotta write my own shit, man. It just motivated me to write my own music. I was like, God damn.
Oh
So
yeah.
that was cool. The wordplay was super ill, man. Do you recall writing that song at all, or the stress
Um,
behind going first before Abstract Rude?
I don't. I'm I'm never really stressed too much.
Yeah.
I'm more. I feel like my energy dictates.
Okay.
Like my natural energy dictates, and my cadence, my natural cadence in my voice brings a lot to
Yeah.
the table. So I don't. I don't. I think I stressed early in my career.
Okay.
When I was still getting my chops, right? When I'm still like,
Yeah.
but at this point, I mean, shit.
Yeah. You guys are on the same level already. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's a
it's
good point.
2017.
Yeah, that's a
In
good point.
1997, I would have been probably like, oh shit, what am I going to say on this song?
No, that's a good point, man. You guys at that point are all established veterans, and so
Yeah,
yeah, just really cool, man. So that I agree, man. What a great song.
and Avatar's production
Yeah.
dictates. Avatar's production dictates, especially on that song. You know what I mean? It's like you can't even if you can't come off on that song, you don't deserve to be on that beat.
Yeah, and so that's a great point. Your energy too, man, and that's why I think you and AWOL one, like you guys mesh well together because of the contrast in your styles, man. And so I like the aggressive, punchy lyrics, and then double time, single time. I think you do that really well. And so, and you're right, man. I think Avatar's beat really complemented just the entire album in general, man. And you're just coming back off of a tour with Micah Nine, right? You guys did a couple cities,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Me,
how was
AWOL, and
that?
Micah. Super dope, man. It was the dopest tour that I've been on. It was Micah said the same. It was one of his favorite tours, and
Yeah.
AWOL. We had a great time. I think we did. And I don't want to mess this up. We did like 7 or 8, maybe 9. I think 9 cities.
Yeah. Oh man.
Uh,
Yeah, you actually performed in Portland. I was in Portland for work, and the day that I was flying home was
oh,
the day
that's right.
that you guys were flying. I was like, damn, I would have
Yeah.
loved to have gone and seen that show, man.
So we
So
did
yeah.
Portland, Seattle, Portland, Eugene, Sacramento, San Francisco, Vegas, LA. I think I'm missing one.
Yeah, I mean they're all great cities, my man.
Yeah.
What was the wildest city, man? Was it Vegas, as one would expect, or which one had the craziest crowd?
Well, craziest crowd. I think I'll just say Seattle was my favorite. It was the
Nice.
first show of the tour.
Okay.
The energy was right. The crowd was right. It was the best place to start the tour off, I think.
Nice, man.
And yeah, and then the wildest was probably Vegas because it was Vegas.
Yeah.
Shit happens in Vegas, right? Like and Vegas was right before the homecoming in LA, and it
Yeah.
was like we were kind of like fuck, like we're at the home stretch, and we're like, don't fuck it up now. You're in Vegas, don't fuck this up now. Nobody will gamble. Nobody's gonna get drunk. We've been good. We've held it together so far. We made it safe through treachery and snow and all this shit, and
Damn.
and like we're like right there at the finish line. Was don't fuck it up now in Vegas, and so.
Yeah. I love how you
Vegas was
closed it,
fun.
man. Yeah, homecoming in LA too, man. What a
Oh
great
yeah,
idea, man.
LA was awesome. LA was you know, and I was a little worried, if I'm being honest, just because LA is so spoiled with so much talent and it's a big city. There was another show that night. It wasn't too far
Yeah.
away. So I was a little worried that like, that was going to compete with our show, and our show would not, be impacted by that show because it was for a tribute show for a homie that passed away. So I was like, oh
Oh,
man, that sucks. But it turned out, man, it's LA's big.
yeah.
Everybody was, it was a dope show. My loved ones were in the spot. It was dope, man. It was a lot of love. It was a great vibe.
Yeah, man, and you are very good from all the footage I've seen, just like with the hooks that are very crowd rocking. And so that's a good segue to the second song of the album, Blowed Sound with Medusa. Again, that was another one, man. First, I love Medusa. She's always sick.
Yeah,
But the hook, man, who wrote the hook, man?
I
Yeah?
did.
Oh,
Yeah,
man. Yep.
yeah. What am I gonna do? I'm on a song with Medusa. She's so boisterous and big, and again, that was another one where the beat just dictated. I mean, that beat is
Yeah.
like boom, boom, boom. It's just like it's so big. If
Yeah.
you hear that in a system, or just it's just big. And so I knew that the hook needed to be, big, and
Yeah.
on some blowed shit, and something
Yeah.
like very anthem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, man. Sometimes people get stuck into writing very complex hooks, man. But this one I think is perfect, man. We getting turned up, they're getting turned down, they're getting
Yeah,
served up by the underground, and when they come around, these suckers get clown. We on the top now, but we been ground. And just
yeah,
even the second part of that hook was even better, man. We getting, it goes down. We coming down. We storm the high ground. We letting off rounds. You better duck down. We pushed the whole crowd. It's the Project Load sound. Goddamn,
yeah,
that hook was
yeah.
sick, man. You perform that song a lot?
No, actually, I've never performed that song.
Woo,
That was
man.
the one thing about this record. Um, it was it, it wasn't difficult to get the songs done,
Okay.
but the difficulty in performing the songs is the
Mm.
challenge, right? Because having having people memorize the complexities of some of these songs
Yeah,
when it's like they're doing this and they've got all their stuff going on, and it's like, yeah, I don't think I've done any of these songs live. That's the
yeah.
difficulty with this album, because it's like
Good
I
point.
can't do. There's one solo joint on there which is like a freestyle joint, and like you know whatever. It's like, yeah, I don't. I may have done one or two, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I love that song, man, and yeah, that was a great one, man. That one I thought was the one that oh man, I'd love to see him live do that one live.
I would love to do it. If I was gonna perform joints from that album, it it would probably be, and I've never even thought about this until right now, but it would be Blow the Sound. It would
Yeah,
be No Sunshines, and it
yeah.
would probably Elemental Descent with OMD.
Oh
I
shit.
love that song. I love that song with OMD. That's like my favorite. That's one of my. I don't know if I have a favorite joint of mine, but if I did, it would be with them. Like,
Yeah, and it was hard for me to. And so that's another question I always ask when I do album reviews is what your favorite songs are. So that's dope. That's good to know your favorite tracks. But I thought, man, this one was just hard, man, because of the features and then the solo tracks were super strong and yeah, it was a great project, man. And
I
70
appreciate
tracks
it.
is yeah, it's hard to keep somebody's attention for that long, but I had no problem going through this, man. And so I jumped into the next track, Timekeepers with Self Jupiter and Radio Inactive. And again, the hook, I assume you wrote the hook too as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus Christ, man. Your lyrics too, again, man, just blew my mind away. While you're taking your time, things around you fall in place while you live in your life. Don't always play it safe. What was the motivation behind that
To be
that
honest,
hook?
if the verse on that at the time, it's weird because sometimes things can be prophetic. And the verse on that was not a true
Woo!
story at the time, about, like, sort of like tumultuous relationship stuff, and
Yeah,
a would be. I remember when I did that verse, Radio and Actor called me. He's like, "Dude, are you going through a divorce? Did you get divorced?" And
right.
I was like, "No," but it's like this fictional thing that I wrote because, like, I just needed to get this energy off. And so the hook was inspired a little bit by that, um, and it was sort of like, you know there's things going on around you, and while you're over here taking your time thinking about things, life is still happening. I was just trying to capture that, basically, like, shit or get off the pot, whatever you're doing, basically.
Yeah, and so that's what I thought too, man. It's funny that you mentioned that story about Radio Inactive, man. As I went through your verse, it was right. It was like, oh man, it sounded like like uh and I didn't associate it with a divorce or anything, but just like something something crazy happening, and then you just realizing that time is short, man. So again, lyrics, let me quote you real quick because the lyrics were freaking amazing. slowly resting the laurels of over love lost, quarrels and beef, washed up like coral reef, without morals and belief. In the engagement, dead floral arrangements, divorced from the sacred, painted, tainted, toasted matrimony, bank statements paid in cozy alimony payments. I was like, God damn, dude.
And guess who's paying alimony, babe? So, fucking things are prophetic at certain times,
Yeah, that was that was a great, and I'm a big fan of I would never classify your rap as emo rap, but man, I'm always big into that kind of rap and I do that kind of music, but man, the lyrics just hit me on that one, man. So
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. And so again, and that's a good point too. 17 songs allowed you to display your versatility in the way that you deliver music, your style, and the topics too. And so the next track I jumped into was Doom with Acid Rain and Milo, right? And so I love the beat, man, and man, Acid Rain, man, just dope. And you got the late and great Gaja on the track, man.
Mm-hmm.
How did you meet Acid Rain, man? Was that through just a project?
Actually, through AWOL and Tommy V.
Okay.
I mean, we did the Three Eyed Cows tape back in the '90s. I think the first time I met Gaja and Beyond, and even Express Fresh, was at the Three Eyed Cow show in Pico Rivera, probably in 2007. I mean, 1997. Big difference there. Like in 97, 98. And so I met them then, and then they were close. They were like Whittier, Pico. It's like neighboring cities.
Yeah.
And so we just doing rap and shit. So I met them, and then Beyond lived in Whittier when I lived in Whittier. I don't live there anymore. And so like he was down the street, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I got to get Acid Rain on a joint.
Yeah.
And we got to get Nayla on the joint. And they recorded that at my house. So at my studio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is she from Nayla from Whittier area too, or is she LA County?
No, she's LA. Whittier's LA County. But she lived in LA at the time. So yeah, and then I think I got her. I think we recorded her verse at Avatars. She was recording at Avatars at the time.
Yeah. You guys just have a great network in camp, man. I'm really a fan of all your music, man. And that's great. I've been a big fan of Acid Rain too, and I saw him perform, I think in the late '90s when I started rapping in San Jose, and those two, when they were just two at the time, man, just really, really sparked my desire to rap too. Really dope, man. So it's good to see you guys on a track, man. And again, man, the track after track, man. I think this is probably my favorite track on the album was the Humanimals album track. Yeah, with AWOL 1. I thought that was definitely my favorite beat, and I thought AWOL set it off nicely. And for this one, did you write the hook for this one?
I don't even remember the hook. Oh yeah, we are. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You don't throw this away because we're one of a kind. Woo.
Yeah. I think AWOL might have said something about throwing something away, like in his verse, didn't he? Yeah. He said something in his verse, and I just was like, I think I freestyled that one off of his verse. Okay. I think I was just like, because it was kind of just like trailing. Like I heard his verse, and I was like, oh, you know what? We don't throw this away. We don't throw it away. Yeah, it was just kind of like vibe out, right? Yeah. So it was like it wasn't a complicated. It was just like kind of just catchy.
Yeah, and I thought this was a good song that displayed your sense of humor side, right? And for the verse, it was well, love ain't disposable. Sometimes it's not always the way it's supposed to go. Well, I love my bitch through thin and thick, and the piss and the shit too.
Yeah. So I was like, it's like you think I'm talking about a girl, but I'm talking about my female dog and shit. Yeah.
And so the ending too was great, man. I enjoyed it. Hey, it's a crazy zoo out there. I love my bitches, canines, dogs, cats, felines, and my animals, Los Angeles. So man, that was a great track, man. So that's probably my favorite track. As I got into the album, man, I jumped over to at least one of the tracks I picked out was the Ain't No Denying track with Meg Abusive. You have a special relationship, right? And you guys have a crew. And Exalt the Anti. I think the next project, you're finished with your part, and it's coming together. But I think you two just he's another one that I think you sound really good with, man. And so
yeah,
and
man,
so
that's my brother, dude. Exalt the Anti, man. Me, him, and Deesky.
Yep.
He keeps some production, but he does all the post production. He does all the scratch work
Yeah.
for our group. And Meg Abusive, man, yeah, we've been doing music for some time now. Back in the day, I think we did our first joint back in San Jose. I went out and performed in San Jose with the Shapeshifters, and of course
Yeah.
that's where he was from back then. You know, we were on a song called "Intellectual Holy Chessmen" on the Shapeshifter record, "No Future,"
Oh, I gotta look that
and
one up.
that was like the first time that we recorded together. And then, yeah, man, and then here we are years later working on Exalt the Anti 3. You know, like I just told you out of excitement, like I just turned in all my parts, and Mega's like finishing it. He has like pretty much his stuff written. He just needs to record stuff, and
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, man,
it's
yeah, it's
crazy,
fire.
man. Yeah, that Exalt the Anti wax that you guys have, man. I have. It's one of my treasured pieces in my collection. I love that. And
Dope.
yeah, super good. And can you say the name of the first song that you guys did together? I got to look that one up. I don't think I've heard that one on Shapeshifters.
Intellectual Holy Chessmen, and
Okay,
it's a posse cut that has like a bunch of people on it, and he's on it, I'm on it,
nice.
Circus, and all kinds of
Oh,
heads. Yeah, I think the beat like switches up, and so there it's like part 1, 2, but it's all jointed. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I'll definitely check that one out, man. And again, man, just a lot of great tracks. I just wanted to highlight that because of the relationship that you have with him. And
dope.
so a track 13, Rite of Passage with Micah 9. I don't know if that was a song dedicated to mental health, but the hook definitely seemed to indicate that it was. The hook was fire. This is not time for us to take things for granted. Everything's a blessing or a curse. Take advantage. Don't be a pessimist. Get sucked into the vastness or feed into anxiety and stuck on the Xanax, man. Again, man, just very graphic, man, and I appreciate that song. Do you know what inspired that track?
Yeah, I think you're pretty much on point, man. You know, not only was I dealing with my own set of circumstances, but I also had some friends, and I just kind of felt like on the peripheral that there was a lot of people going through stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And it felt like I had some people that were popping Xanax, and some people that were just dealing with life, and some people that were getting sucked into, you know, social media and all this type of stuff. And there was just like a lot of social pressures. I think that I don't know if it was every kind of my age group. I don't remember what it was specifically, but it felt very appropriate. I feel
yeah,
like I try to channel a lot of what I sense. My as an artist, I got my antennas up, and I'm always kind of just like observing and soaking in energy, and trying to channel what I'm observing, and
yeah,
then process it through my own filters, because I'm probably going through some of it as well, right? So,
yeah,
but that's definitely the vibe of the song,
yeah,
like and it's that same cadence for every chorus, and the chorus changes lyrics
yeah.
every chorus.
Yeah, that was a great track, man. And that,
Yeah,
that one too, again, man, I'm just a big fan of lyrics, and that one I just really felt, man. So it was good, man. The power of music too, man. It's probably
crazy.
a trip for you to hear somebody quoting your lyrics back. It is for me when that happens, but
Yeah, man, it's making me want to go back and listen to the record. I haven't listened to the record since we put it out for so
yeah, and so yeah, and I told you that record has supplied me with good music on my commute to work. I drive like an hour each way every day, and so
oh
yeah,
yeah, that's great, dude.
yeah,
Great
yeah.
to listen
So
to music.
yeah, absolutely, man. And then finally I got well, I just jumped a bunch of tracks, but to the end, Mass Elements with AC Alone was another favorite track of mine, and it's obviously the title track of the album too as well. That had to be a special song too, man, to do something with AC Alone, right?
Yeah, man, of course. We actually shot a video, and it was the only video that I shot for the album. And man,
Oh,
it was for some reason, it's the only video I think I've ever shot that never came out.
oh
And
no!
I feel so bad because I had to get AC Alone out and like shoot stuff, and then for it to never come out was disappointing. And
Oh,
I don't like to waste my own time, let alone anybody else's.
yeah,
Um, and so I tried to like salvage these, because I think like somehow a bunch of the footage got damaged, so we were left with like what it was. And I was trying to make like this obscure video with like a lot of edits and just kind of salvage what we did have. and
Yeah.
just make it like a dope, like underground video.
Damn.
And Mega Abusive tried to stitch it together. AWOL tried to stitch it
Oh,
together,
wow.
and nobody wanted to show me what they did. It was just like,
Oh,
it
all
was
good,
like
man.
everyone was like, I don't think you like tried, but it just didn't look like it was going to do justice for the song. But anyways, that song is a big song, and it's crazy because, like I said, I haven't heard that record in so long. But when we were on tour, that song came on randomly, and like AWOL's Spotify, playlist mix or whatever
Yeah.
on random, and hadn't heard that song forever, dude. And on the tour on the road, I was just like, damn, that shit sounded big. It sounded
Shit's
like
hard.
it's pretty hard, dude. Yeah, I remember. You know, man, I remember doing that song, and like AC's got AC's AC alone, no different than Micah 9,
Yeah.
but I don't know, AC has a different aura about him. And so, I wouldn't say that I was nervous, but I was like more like, I hope he likes where I'm going with this.
Sure.
And then he killed it and did what he did, and I was like, oh man, this shit was amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like he's spot on. He knew what I was talking about, and and then I did the second verse, and it was big.
Well done again on the song order, right? So start strong, finish strong, and
Yeah.
just yeah, I thought it was just placed together really well. And so with that, man, what an amazing album. The beats were full, the lyrics, the features, man, you killed it, man, and it is an amazing listen. I can't wait for the vinyl to come out. I prefer to own the vinyl. I have the CD, and I can't wait for the repress to come out. When do you anticipate that repress coming out?
Um, I just submitted all everything for it again, so probably August sometime, mid-August.
Okay. Well, I look forward to it, man. And so when we were talking to outside of the interview, so what I didn't realize, which was that you dropped this album on the same day as another album, right? So Cloak Encounters of the Third Kind, man, and that one too was another banging album, man. So,
Yeah.
dude, how often does an MC get to drop two strong ass albums in one day, man? So
Yeah, man, this was big
super major
accomplishment.
accomplishment.
Big accomplishment for me. Close Encounters of the Third Eye. Yeah, man, I had just so much work being built up at the time. It got to the point where I was just like, man, I don't want to wait. They were both being mastered.
Exactly.
I was like, what am I going to do? Like, put this one on hold for 6 months?
Yeah.
Put this one on hold for 3 months? Like, that doesn't seem fair. It's like if you have two kids at the same time or two baby mamas, you got to have those babies. You know what I'm saying? You can't put a baby on hold.
Yeah, I'm sure A probably didn't want to hold the release either, man. Right? So,
nobody wanted to put the, it was like, you put the time and effort, and so yeah, man, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna drop both these albums on the same day, a group effort, a solo effort, and then Cloak Encounters has Sage Francis, Cool Keith, Volume 10, Radioactive Bleak, Exist Stereo. I mean, and then D Styles does the cuts with Roach the DJ. I mean, it's just a heavyweight ass album as well. So to drop two heavyweight colored vinyl LPs on the same day was a big accomplishment for me.
Hell yeah.
A personal achievement. And I think for me personally, it was just like me telling everybody, like, I do this shit. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't a joke. This isn't just like some underground shit that I'm just like, I'm putting records out, 2 records in the same day, and it was amazing.
Selling out.
And they're both sold out. Those are I think the only 2 records that I have completely sold out of, except for like, well, maybe one other record, and a couple other records, but like those 2 together, I don't know why they sold out like almost the same time, and so both records are being repressed.
Hell yeah.
The Cloak Encounters is going to have a different color artwork, but the same music. But man, I loved it. I loved the feeling of putting out 2 big LPs like that on the same day.
That's a big ass flex, bro.
Dude, it's like a super flex, right? Like, dude, like what? Like,
what
you know what I mean?
Hey, I think you said it right though, man. You gotta treat them like 2 kids. You can't.
Dude, I got 2 baby mamas, bro.
You can't. Right, you can't. Hey, you can't show one more love than the other, man. It's
man. dude, you can't, you know what I mean? Stay in there, bro. Stay in there. I got wait another 3 months. Nah, man, they got to pop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so I know you're staying true to the original packaging for the first one, as a respect to Avatar when he was alive. You said this one's going to have a variant orange color. The Cloaks
Oh yeah,
banner.
this got this sort of like it's got the sort of pinks and reds and kind of that kind of coloring
Yep.
in it. This is going to be more green and blue,
Uh, okay.
emanating green bluish emanating, and instead of that same color orange and yellow that's in there, it's going to go green and blue record. I'm really excited about it. It looks sick. It looks
Oh man.
really sick, man. Like I'm really excited about that repress. And I as much as I love selling out of records, I can't stand selling out of records because like, I
Yeah.
didn't open this record until this like 5 minutes before this interview. I wanted to show you the vinyl because it's like, oh, I want to, you know what I mean? It's like you don't, and then you can never sell it again because people are asking about it. And then now I'll repress them and I'll have them again. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna rip this thing out of the plastic again because I'll have more.
Yeah. Do you have it hanging too? Do you have one that's hanging
I
on the
have
wall?
one that's hanging, yeah, but it's like I got to put one up and then one to be
One.
able to drop on
Yeah.
the tables. But then like somehow I just like don't know how I sold out of it so quick. And then
Good problem.
yeah, good problems for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, well I can't wait for the re-release, man. Have you ever done and this for me just apologize for not knowing a record store day release? I would love
Yeah,
to a
yeah,
Cloaks
I did.
Gil Rock.
Yeah, yeah, I did. In 20, I think it was 2012. I released my Beautiful Tragedy solo LP,
Oh,
and
nice.
that was a record store day release. Um, yeah, that was dope. That was really really dope. We did I did like a little like local tour and like all these record stores, and I performed at Beat Swap Meet, which is known for like being a record exchange, and
Yep.
it was epic. It was epic. It was epic.
You're a busy man, a lot of interviews, man, and I'm halfway through your Stevie Weeby one. That was a really fun one too to do, man.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, man.
he's a
Stevie
fun
Weeby
guy.
was talking. Yeah, he's a super funny dude. He also was a rapper. We were both on a. I don't know if you're at that point in the interview, but we both were on a song on AWOL's new album that's produced entirely by Cool Keith.
Oh
Just
no.
yeah,
Okay.
Stevie raps on the posse cut with me and Nick
Super cool.
Knack from CBS, and yeah, he kills it, dude.
Yeah, so I'm about halfway, but I didn't get there yet. And so no, he was talking about. I think you guys were at your, you talking about when you were in your spray painting days.
Oh,
That story
dude,
was pretty funny too.
dude,
So yeah,
he's hilarious, dude.
yeah, I
He's
really enjoyed that.
hilarious.
And is that in his house? I just love the
Yeah.
the setup and everything. It just makes for a great
Yeah,
show.
dude, it's like real big when you watch it on YouTube or whatever. But in his house, it's like a little corner,
Oh
and
man,
like I didn't want to move and like knock anything down.
yeah.
I'm a big guy, but yeah, it was fun, man. And he's super dope and talented dude.
Yeah, I look forward to finishing the rest of the interview sometime this weekend, man. But with that, hey, thank you for the good review on the album and just the behind the scenes look, man. Rest in peace to Avatar as I continue to learn more about his music. But I'm a big fan of yours and lyrics always gets me, man. So with that, I love to close the interview out with just some fun questions at the end. And so let's do that real quick. I got a couple for you, and I know you're a big NBA basketball fan, so I designed these questions around basketball. All right,
All
I
right.
got my first softball easy question for you. In your opinion, best slam dunk contest ever, man?
I mean, it's got to be the Jordan against Dominique Wilkins.
Woo!
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the goat
Okay.
against arguably one of the illest dunkers ever in Dominique Wilkins, dude. The human highlight machine, human highlight reel, right?
All right, you can't argue that. Anything with Wilkins and Jordan, man. That's an easy win. All right, hey, I don't know if you're a shoe guy, but do you have a favorite Jordan shoe of all time?
Uh, no, I don't have a favorite Jordan shoe. I mean, maybe just like the OG classic black canvas shit. You know what I mean? Just whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to love Jordans, man, and so I lived in overseas, man, and I had some fake ones back in the day, man, from
I got the
Korea.
fake ones right now, bro.
I
I got
remember-
I got dude. I tried to get some dope ones, and then when they came, I was like, these are fake, bro. But like I, but But then I went to some bar. I rocked them anyways with my lady. Went to some bar, and the bartender's like, "Dude, those are sick shoes," and he gave us a round on the house. Sick, dude. You know what I mean?
Served its purpose.
Served its purpose, dude. And then I told my chick, I was like, she's like, "I don't care. They look dope." And I was like, "Well, if you don't care, I don't care. And if anybody says anything, I'm just gonna knock them out, dude. Who's gonna tell me? You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna talk shit, dude?" And I'm like, "I don't give a shit. That's a flex too." You know what I mean? Yeah, hell yeah. These are Jordans. You know? So what, fool? You know what I mean?
Hey, actually, I'm on the same page as you. I'm good with that too. And have you ever had a pair of shoes break on you though? I had those fake Jordans at school. The sole ripped off, man. So
that happened with me like some British Knights back in the day, dude. I had some like snakeskin British Knights, dude.
Holy shit, man! That was a great story, dude. That's gonna make the promo reel for sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay, man. Hey, Filipinos, man. When I grew up in the Philippines. Back in the provinces, man, we play basketball in slippers and flip-flops. You probably see videos. Have you ever hooped it with flip-flops on before?
Of course, dude. I mean, I think everybody. Well, if you're a hooper in general, I think you show up to the court in flip-flops, right?
Yeah.
You know. So, yes, but yeah, I have. Yeah.
All right, man. A better basketball movie between Little Bow Wow's Like Mike or Kevin Bacon's Air Up There.
Dude, I don't think I've seen either of those movies, dude.
Okay.
I don't even think I wouldn't even have watched that shit. I haven't watched Little Bow Wow, dude. I'm still stuck on White Men Can't Jump, dude.
Oh, that's perfect for my next question. Better movie between Above the Rim or White Men Can't Jump?
White Men Can't Jump, dude. Fucking, what's her name is in it? That's it. It's over.
Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez is in it, dude. That's it. Done.
All right, man. Hey, as a basketball fan, hey, if you were Caitlin Clark, who's been killing it, man, would you have taken the WNBA deal that paid her $76,000 a year, or would you have signed with Ice Cube for $5 million to play in this Big Three league?
What did she get paid for WNBA? 76,000.
76,000, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Or play with Ice Cube, man. $5 million. Yeah.
I mean, I think if she didn't have the opportunity to make up the rest in sponsorships and all that, right? Then probably would have taken the Ice Cube deal. That's crazy, man. I didn't realize that was like what she was facing. I didn't follow it that closely. I knew it was something like that, but I didn't know that was the actual pickle that she was in. You know what I mean? That's a really fortunate dilemma to be in. But yeah, I'm sure she's gonna make it up from all the sponsorships, dude.
No, you're absolutely right. I think she did a 4-year deal for like 300-something thousand. But yeah, you're absolutely right. She'll make it back in endorsements. I think the hip hop
endorsements,
fan hip hop fan and me would have just signed with Ice Cube. But
yeah, but that's you know what I mean. She probably doesn't even fucking know
right,
dude. She's like, She's like, what? She doesn't know who he is, dude.
Right.
She was probably 3 years old when he was. She probably wasn't even born yet, dude.
No, probably not, dude.
I don't know how old she is, but she doesn't know who Ice Cube is, dude. She's not a fan like us.
Well, hey, man,
so
thank
if
you.
If I was Caitlin, I would have fucking signed with Ice Cube too.
Hey, that's some good money, and on top of endorsements too, man. So,
yeah, exactly. She would have got endorsements with him too.
Yeah, for sure. And I think college players now can get endorsements too, right?
What would have been the deal? She would have played with the men.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know, man. I didn't dive into that because I don't know if the Big Three has like a female division.
I don't think so.
So, and it's probably her dream to play in the WNBA.
I think most. Yeah, you get all the way to that point into your college career, and then a last minute like offer comes through from some dude you don't know, probably.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, good deal, man. Hey, thank you again, man. Just always an honor to speak with you. And
likewise, dude.
Yeah, I always enjoy following all the music that you do, and just I love that you're active, killing it, and showing all the young kids how you do it right, man. So a big fan, and I can't wait to get this interview out, man.
And let's get one in soon, man. Let me know.
I would, man. I would love that, man. Any final words or any special projects you want to tell the people about before we close this thing out?
Man, just stay tuned. GELROC. Follow me on the socials. Gel Rock, Bassman, E2, Exalt the Anti, the Cloaks Project Load, August 17th in Los Angeles at the legendary Coliseum.
Oh shit.
where the Los Angeles Raiders used to play.
Oh,
Where I saw Bo Jackson have his career-ending injury against the
Oh,
Cincinnati Bengals. The Rhyme Fest is going to take
that's
place
right.
August 17th. I'm going to probably play a joint and rap with the Shapeshifters during this set, but I will most definitely be part of the legendary Project Glow 30th anniversary cipher.
Oh my
So
god.
catch us at Rhyme Fest August 17th, and big ups to Memphis Reigns.
I love you, brother. Hey, thank you so
Yeah, man,
much, man. All right.
Peace,
Same.
y'all.